found attractive. But I genuinely loved being around them.
Hmm.
And one of the girls who was especially attractive was a fucking disaster. So, so read into that what you want. But it
Do you
is,
know what? You and I both had those experiences, David.
yeah, and that's the thing. It's this idea. But I just want to go back to that thing where H.G. Tudor picked up that the bloke being a dick makes me a lot of money online. So weirdly, he's not even being dishonest about the grifts. He's not being
No.
dishonest. And I know it sounds like I respect these people. I don't actually disrespect them. I don't know them. I've never met them in person. But they're literally just telling you, if I do this, this is how I make money. And I guarantee you, he makes a shitload of money.
Hmm.
You know,
Yep, and he
I
doesn't
don't.
have to work for a dickhead boss in a dickhead corporation, tick boxing and turning up to weird ass meetings that you shouldn't even be scheduled in because it just disrupts your work.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
if
another
he's
conversation
and
David and
I
I have
think yeah, and
had.
people will be surprised with. I know for a fact Justin Waller is a multimillionaire.
Mm.
He owns his own construction companies and stuff. It's really weird that he even moved into the Manosphere because he has proper legit businesses in America that were making him millions. Construction companies, steel construction companies and stuff. He employs like over 100 people.
Maybe he just enjoys the attention.
I
And it's
I,
the
I don't
attention of
doubt it.
that's the attention economy, and that is where if you are narcissistically or psychopathically driven, where you're going to feed where you're going to get the energy to feed off that, and it's really going to fuel you in the ways that make you feel absolutely validated.
And I would apply that to them, and I'd apply that to Andrew Tate because these guys, like Louis said to this bloke about, well, you've got your OnlyFans content and all of that you manage, blah blah blah. So he's probably already a multimillionaire. He could just be a multimillionaire sitting on the balcony or sitting at the bar having a beer, watching the sunset in Spain. But
So
he
I'd
wants.
happily do that.
But this is what I'm saying. But
Just
so
in
why
quiet,
isn't,
please.
like you say, it's why isn't he doing that? Because he wants the attention. It's the
Yeah,
attention that he's
it's
chasing.
the attention economy, just like
Yeah,
it's what all the
and like
grifters
you
have in
said,
common.
being a dick makes him a lot of money, and
Yeah,
I
well,
think
we
that's
had
how
that.
I would perceive it. I would
Well,
look at
we
it
had
like
this
that.
conversation the other night. I watch a lot of Decept, or I have watched a lot of Deception Detective over the years, and he uncovers that's complete language analysis. So he just uncovers what people say and what it could potentially, or what they're omitting to hide and what they're using to deflect all that kind of stuff. It's really interesting listening. But there was one kid on there, and he started building up his YouTube channel, and the whole point of this video is what makes psychopathy. Now, psychopaths are born; they're not made. There's plenty of literature out there done by professionals that give you that, and that's right from the 40s to modern day. So literally, there's loads of literature there. So psychopaths aren't made, but psychopathic behaviors can be lent into if they're rewarded. And this was the interesting thing about this video
Yeah,
because it was this kid. He was a gamer online, and all he was doing was doing his usual kind of sharing his game stuff. But then he realized when he got pissed off and when he had kind of a rage or a tantrum, his videos got more views. And so
yeah.
he made his videos around that content. And eventually, if I remember rightly, he died. I can't remember. I think he took his own life. And this is the dangers of rage bait, is that it feeds into
Yeah.
something, and if you're not wired that way, you ain't gonna handle it well. Whereas if you are wired that way, you're just gonna grift off other people's misery.
And the other thing that happens as well with a lot of these rage baiters is when they go out in public, a lot of them, especially more and more now, they get somebody gives them a slap because
Well, there's that video. I think you sent me that video of the guy that went and just antagonized someone in a shopping mall in America, and and the kid told him just back off because he was just
that
overtly bullying him, and then he took a gun out and shot him, and then
yeah. So that
everyone's kind of shocked at this guy that shot him. Like, he was consistently provoked, and he asked him to back off, and he wouldn't.
I can't
So
remember the name of that. I can't remember the name of the channel, but that's how he made his following by going around and literally pretending to start fights with people
yeah,
and to get reactions, and then say, "No, no, no, it's just a joke. It's just a joke." And he did it to this one guy, and this guy was not messing about. And before he had a chance to say, "No, no, it's just a joke," he pulled a gun out and shot him in the side. He lived, if I remember correctly. He lived, and if I remember correctly, the guy that shot him didn't get charged because the police were like, "Well, you shouldn't be doing this."
yeah, because
Yeah,
the mum was really, really pissed off about that outcome in court.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean,
That's right. Yeah,
she was raging, really defending her son for being an online bully and making basically money and content out of basic other people's misery
yeah,
for fun.
and that's what a lot of these people do. There's one that was doing the rounds, um, and there was a group of guys, and they basically have one of them or all of them had like a type of water balloon, and they turn around when somebody's not looking and throw it, and then all turn around and look the other way. And they did it to this one bloke, and he just walked over, and the first one that turned around, he just full on smacked him straight in the face and knocked him out cold because he just like,
Do you know what? That reminds me of our childhood when we grew up. If we'd have tried shit like that as kids, that's exactly what we'd have got, and we'd have never done it again.
yeah. But people for years now, because of social media, it's a weird thing to get a lot of attention for doing that because it's rewarding. If But it's only rewarding collateral consequences. We were talking about that
Yeah.
before we start. It's really rewarding. You get all of these views, you will start making money, and then somebody who may recognize you or may not recognize you will walk up and just knock you straight out. You know, there was one recently. There was a guy. I love the. I always say there was a guy because I can never remember people's names. I mean, it gets to Sunday morning. I have to write down,
That's your
look
preamble.
in
That
my
was a guy.
diary, Samantha. Right, okay. Don't forget her name's Samantha. Luckily, it comes up on the video. I'm only joking. I remember Samantha's name. Um, this guy, he was messing around with, I think it was Larry Wheels, who was a bodybuilder. Or was it Devon? He was messing around with him, and basically, this is just basically about, I'm going to fuck your wife, mate. What are you going to do about it? And just fucking slapped him straight round the face, and just like, no, man, you've pushed. Later that night, he gets into a part. He goes to a party, and there's another bloke about twice his size who's an MMA guy. People who watch a lot of YouTube will know who I'm talking about. And he starts giving him shit as well. And he's just like, mate, aren't you the guy that got slapped earlier? And he's like, mate, I'll slap you in a minute. I'm not frightened of you. No, the MMA guy just elbows him straight in the face, takes him straight out. It's just like there's people out there that you know, if you're at the extent of like and I'm going to say Larry Wheels again, but I'll just look that up just to be safe. That size of a bodybuilder,
Mm.
you've got something about you mentally, because you can't dedicate yourself to what they do. Yeah, it was Larry Wheels,
No, it's a hard sport. It's a very tough
right?
sport.
If you're a former professional MMA fighter, there's something about you. Do you know what I mean? And you're not gonna be intimidated by somebody half your size.
No,
The
definitely not. That would